All right, music fans, welcome back. Harmless Dave here, talking real music in real time for a few real people out there just like you and just like me. All right, thanks for being here, of course, and for putting up with me and all that. Hope you're having a good day. Um, Here is Grand Design. This again came out, I believe, earlier this year, and the band was really nice. They sent me a copy of their album, and I believe they're in Sweden. So good job, guys. I mean, I don't get promos, right? I've had this thing where I ask the record label and they say, we don't do that anymore. We used to do that. It's too expensive to do that. I tell them it's free advertising because I'm not charging. So at least I'm not charging yet to do promotions for bands. But these guys, if you like glam rock, um, very Def Leppard-ish. All right. Sort of TNT meets Def Leppard. So if you like that style of music, Grand Design, they are the real deal. And they're brought to you by me, obviously, because no one else is promoting their work here on YouTube, as far as I can tell. So sad news again in the world of classic rock. This time, it's the first drummer, the original drummer for the band AC/DC, Colin Burgess, has died at the age of 77. All these guys are getting up there in years. The news was confirmed on AC/DC's social media. This is an era of AC/DC that the band doesn't really promote or talk about. Their very early days were different than what they became later on. And of course, they became super successful. But at the beginning, you had guys like Colin Burgess and Dave Evans, who is still around. And he can always say, I was the original vocalist. Colin Burgess can say he was the original drummer, but he has passed away. The band says, happy memories, rock in peace. No cause of death has been announced, of course. Folks, it's fine. It's fine. I mean, he's 77, so he's really old, and it's time for him to fly, right? So Burgess served as the band's original drummer, playing with them from November 1973 to February of 1974. So what, 2 or 3 months there. He appeared on their first single. It's a tune called Can I Sit Next to You, Girl, which was, again, featuring Dave Evans originally. It was later re-recorded with Phil Rudd on drums, the great Phil Rudd. Burgess was fired from the group for being drunk on stage, which he would allege occurred because someone had spiked his drink. Oh, man. Didn't you have to be drunk on stage to be in AC/DC? I mean, he was fired for that, right? And then later on, they'd hire Bon Scott, who literally drunk himself to death at a very young age. Burgess made it to 77, so a little bit hypocritical there. Prior to AC/DC, Burgess was the drummer for a band called the Masters Apprentices from 1968 to 1972. They actually enjoyed a number of hit singles in Australia, including 510 Man, Think About Tomorrow Today, Turn Up Your Radio, and Because I Love You. In 1998, they were inducted into the Australian Recording Industry Hall of Fame. Wow. So, yeah, I have a buddy, John from Australia. I'm going to have to grill him on the Masters Apprentices. Very interesting. 1968 to 1972. I bet you that was a good band. They're in the Hall of Fame, at least the Australian Hall of Fame. So anyway, another legend, somewhat unknown legend, passes from this side to the other side as we continue to see classic rock fading away. Dave Evans is still around, the original singer, and he goes out there and performs, and you should probably go see Dave just because that early AC/DC stuff was really good. So definitely check that out if you haven't listened to it. Some people might actually like it better than what the band evolved into. Now, obviously, growing up and listening to AC/DC throughout the years, it's hard to not just be married to, the Brian Johnson / Bon Scott era. I tend to like the Brian Johnson stuff a little more, but some of the old timers are definitely going to prefer the Bon Scott era because it's even more classic rock than what would come later. I think it's all really good because of Malcolm and Angus, who were geniuses. They just created riff after riff, and it was just mind-blowing that they would top themselves continuously. When you thought they were out of ideas, they would come up with new ideas. Even the most recent AC/DC album is still right there where they've been for decades. So again, rumors have it that AC/DC might be out on the road next year, and I'm thinking that's got to be the last time. It's just, I mean, like Kiss, you never say never. And a lot of these bands that announce these farewell tours, oftentimes they're just doing a trial balloon and testing to see how many tickets they can sell by saying, hey, it's a farewell tour. Come see us. This will be the last time. And you put 2 tickets in your cart and you're about to check out, and it's $505. So I keep reiterating my experience with Lynyrd Skynyrd and ZZ Top, which it's fine. It's cool. I don't go to a lot of shows because I just am not a night owl. I wish they had more daytime concerts and things where your eyes don't glaze over at 10 o'clock at night and you're wishing you were in bed instead of having your ears rung, and you walk out of the stadium, you're like, honey, what'd you say? Huh? Yeah. Did you like the show? Yeah, I'm really tired and I'm going home and can't wait to get into bed and just fall asleep. Yeah, this is called aging. And I tend to be early to bed, and I'm not I'm not one of these guys that likes to stay up for rock concerts. I used to be. Anyway, here's Grand Design, great band from Sweden, of course. A lot of great music in Sweden. This is kind of like Def Leppard meets TNT. So if you like AC/DC, you might get into Grand Design. Def Leppard, obviously, they, I think, take a lot of their cues from Def Leppard being kind of glam rock and all. And they spell rock RAWK. So that's very glam. Anyway, folks, thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe. Also, don't forget to like the video. I don't say that very often, but like the video. If you want to share the video, do it at your own risk. There are a few people out there that apparently don't like yours truly. But if you subscribe, guess what? We're getting closer to 75K. And that's huge for a guy who used to lodge my phone in between 2 branches of a tree in the backyard like 6 years ago. True story. And that's how I did videos. And people liked those days because the scenery was better and there were ducks in my backyard, which is very entertaining. If I'm not doing the job, then you can also just, watch the ducks walking by. All right. No ducks here. Rest in peace, original drummer Colin Burgess from AC/DC. And I will be back soon with more stuff for you.